Hello, I'm Eric Waite, and I'm here in cold but sunny Kentucky, visiting Bulleit Distillery. Come join me. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed those photos and video, give you sort of a sense of what it's like to tour Bulleit Distillery. I was in Kentucky for 5 days, but one day was used for traveling there, one day for traveling back. So I spent 3 days actually touring the distilleries. I had time to visit 2 distilleries per day. First day I went to Four Roses and then Wild Turkey Distillery. Hopefully you've seen those videos already. It's been about a week since I posted my last review because just after the new year I had to pack up all my things and I moved to a new home about an hour south of where I was living before. My previous 2 videos were recorded while in Kentucky at my hotel room, but that was all I had time to record while I was in Kentucky. So now I'm in my new home and I'll be resuming my reviews. So the second day I went to Bulleit Distillery and Jim Beam. So my next review will be on Jim Beam. And then the third day I went to Heaven Hills Distillery and Maker's Mark. In this video I'll be reviewing the Bulleit Barrel Strength Bourbon. It's only distributed in Kentucky, so I definitely wanted to bring one home whenever I'm traveling. If there's something I can only get at the winery or at a distillery, that's what I'm looking for to bring home. One thing I want to mention, if you go to visit the distilleries, one of the things you're going to want to have on your smartphone is the app. There is a Bourbon Trail app. It has maps. It has immediate links to the distilleries. You can get the times, directions, and so forth, as well as information about bourbon, and you can download it for free. But sometimes you don't have a connection with GPS, so you're also going to want to download a paper map, and you can also contact the Bourbon Trail and they'll send one in the mail. If you're already in Kentucky, you can also pick these up at visitor centers, and some of the distilleries have this as well, and they also might be able to find them at your hotel. Alrighty, before I get into this bourbon, here is a short video I put together about Bulleit Distilleries and the bourbons that they produce. The Bulleit bourbon brand was developed by Tom Bulleit. He is a Vietnam veteran who served the United States Marine Corps as a corpsman from 1967 to 1969. He is also an attorney who graduated from Georgetown University. Tom's great-great-grandfather, Augustus Bulleit, made the first batch of Bulleit bourbon around 1830 and continued to produce it during the 19th century, but its production was discontinued after his death in 1860. In 1987, Tom Bulleit oversaw the distillation of the first batch of the modern-day Bulleit bourbon. In 1997, the Bulleit brand name was bought by Seagram and began being distilled in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. The brand was introduced to U.S. markets in 1999 and to Australia, the UK, and Germany in 2000. Following an acquisition of various Seagram's assets, the Bulleit brand is now owned by Diageo and is produced at the Kirwan Brewing Company, Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. The current mash bill contains 68% corn, 28% rye, and 4% malted barley. Bulleit Barrel Strength Bourbon is a blend of barrels which are 5 to 8 years old. As it is being bottled straight from the barrel, the alcohol by volume varies by batch, ranging from 118 to 125 proof, or 59 to 62.5% alcohol by volume, and currently is available only in Kentucky. Bulleit 10-year bourbon is the only age-dated Bulleit whiskey. It is bottled at 91.2 U.S. proof and has the same mash bill as the original Bulleit bourbon. It won a double gold medal at the 2013 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Bulleit also produces a rye whiskey which has a mash bill of 95% rye and 5% malted barley. The bottle for the rye variation uses a green label and is otherwise similar to the bourbon bottling, which uses an orange label. Like the bourbon, the rye whiskey is bottled at 45% alcohol by volume. Unlike the bourbon, the rye whiskey is produced at MGP, Indiana. Alrighty, let's get into it. So the glass I'm using here is a souvenir glass. Usually I use a Glencairn glass. So it's sort of a dark amber in color, golden yellow around the edge on the nose. It's clean. It has pronounced aromas of a lot of corn notes, caramel corn, butter, bananas, vanilla wafers, definitely some spice, cinnamon, cardamom, a little bit of white pepper, various baking spices. It has some floral notes, bananas, sort of a vanilla pudding aroma. And it has really a spicy nose on the back end. All right, on the palate. Wow. So this is bottled at 119.2 proof or 59.6% alcohol by volume. It is powerful, really, really intense. Has a little bit of bite on entry, but then smooths out in the middle and through to the finish. It has a silky, sort of but viscous feel across the mid palate and the finish. It has a really long finish. It is full-bodied, moderate acidity, and really sort of mouth-coating as it just glides across your palate. On the palate, the nose is confirmed. Get the, the caramel corn, corn flakes, vanilla, butterscotch, toffee, and then I get a nice spice in the middle. Get those vanilla wafers, bananas, and then after I swallow, I get the floral notes. Absolutely delicious bourbon. I would not want to put any water into it whatsoever. If you're going to add water to this bourbon, you might as well buy the 10-year because it's going to be a lower strength anyway. So this is absolutely delicious by itself. It only has a little bit of bite on entry. Alrighty, that's about it for this review. I'm going to give this really high score. I really like this. Give it a solid 90 points. That's about it for this review. If you have subscribed to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you haven't yet subscribed but you like watching my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, cheers.